righty, how y'all doing today? Anyway, been an interesting week, hasn't it? I usually don't do many videos anymore, and shit, my hair looks like crap. But whatever, I don't give a fuck. Anyway, the whole Biden coming out with the ghost gun thing and all the gun channels freaking out over receivers, and then the Brooklyn thing, right? Surprising. I will be really surprised that this guy has a ghost gun, but he might. A ghost gun. What the fuck is a ghost gun? A gun you made yourself. Unserialized, and they're like, oh, we got to write in the law, they got to put serial numbers on it. No, if you ever decided to sell a gun you made yourself, it would always have to be serialized. It was already in the law. They're just rewriting laws that they already wrote so they can say they did something. Now, the reason why I'm doing this video is I want to tell you people something I tell you all the time. Stop complying. Stop complying with what these fucking people are telling you to do. Right? For those of you who didn't get the jab, didn't get the shot, didn't get the stab, right, of the juice, you're better off. And they're actually coming out with the info to tell you that. So, you purebloods out there, me included, I will say we did the smart thing, right? Why? Because we didn't panic when people who are just like you and me, even though they want to boss you all around, tell you something. I'm going to tell you the same thing with this, right? With all the gun regulations and shit. Now, some things you're not going to be able to get, right? Because now these companies have to comply with stuff. And, there's going to be fucking lawsuits up the wazoo, right? I can already see GOA doing it, PSA doing it, right? Because PSA, if they're going to serialize the uppers and bolt carrier parts and all that shit, and they're going to serialize every piece in the fucking gun and all that kind of crap, I can totally see a lot of companies just, joining the bandwagon and suing the shit out of this because it's going to destroy their businesses. Fuck, they basically... This rule puts Polymer 80 out of business, right? Why the fuck are you going to bother? Is it going to be discounted that you're buying a serialized, frame that isn't complete? Well, fuck, spend the extra $30-$40 and go fucking buy a real gun then, right? Anyway, buy a serialized gun from a manufacturer. Anyway, I'm just going to tell you not to comply. Right? And with the Brooklyn thing, this thing's going to disappear pretty quickly, right? Just like all the rest of them, especially when it's a black nationalist. And go check out his YouTube channel. I mean, his YouTube channel is still up, right? His YouTube channel is still up, and you can watch all his videos, and you can see exactly where this guy stood on everything, right? And he was not a fan of people like me. And yeah, there was no problem with vocalizing that. Which, this is America. He doesn't have to be a fan of people like me. He just has to deal with people like me on a daily basis and be able to get along with them. In the privacy of his own home and in the privacy of his own head, he can hate the fuck out of white people. And I'm good with it. I don't care. Now, the white people that he's pissed off at, and some of them, from the slave trade and shit, my people weren't even in the country at the time. My people didn't show up over here until the 1920s. So about 100 years ago, my people showed up here from Ireland and Germany, right? But it's fucking America. You have freedom of speech, you have freedom of religion, you did, and you had freedom of, assembly, right? You used to have the freedom to grievance against your government, right? And you have freedom of thought. You have freedom, whatever's in your own fucking head, right? And so he's free to hate the shit out of me. And I'm okay with that. As long as he would be able to work with me, right? Say on a job, right? You can fucking hate me as long as you can work with me and get along with me in society, right? I hate everybody. I do not give a shit, one, about your skin tone. I give a shit about who you are as a human, and that's what makes me hate most humans, right? Because I see what humans do all the time, and the evil they do. From the smallest little evil that they think nobody sees, right, to some of the biggest evils in the world. You know? So, I don't care. I mean, should he did what he did? No, he shouldn't have. Nobody should go out and try and do a terrorist act, because that's exactly what that was. No different than any of the other terrorist acts, from Vegas to Waukesha to now Brooklyn, right? They're all terrorist attacks. When you go attacking innocent people, that's fucking terrorism, right? When you go attacking particular people, that may be a form of terrorism, but it's also a form of conflict, right? So I'm going to love to see how this plays out over the next few years, you know, on a couple of these attacks, right? Because they're just attacks on normal citizens. They're not attacks on, you know, a governor, let's say. Even though with this plot to attack a governor turns out to be an FBI plot to attack a governor during an election year, which we all kind of knew. You know, that all the shenanigans that went on in fucking 2020, right? From this bullshit coming out of nowhere with a plot to kidnap a fucking governor, which turns out to be, more than likely it's going to be 100% by a fucking, by the FBI, right? And then, you know, they called them terrorists, and the American people didn't buy it. The people of fucking Michigan didn't buy it, right? They were like, fuck you, you know? So, it's been an interesting week. It's kind of funny, as I said in the beginning, it's kind of funny that, you know, the day after this big rule changes at the ATF, which none of that shit's legal, by the way, but they stopped caring about legal a long fucking time ago. I know it's kind of a long video, but I just had some thoughts on the matter, and I really think it's going to end up being a big joke. I don't think shit's going to happen from this guy getting busted. I mean, he'll do time, but you know, are they going to bring into this black supremacy movement any more than the white supremacy movement? No, they're not. Are they going to bring out the fact that go watch this guy's videos and see his rhetoric? The fact that his videos are still on YouTube, when so many videos I know have been taken down, channels have been taken down for talking about way less. Anybody remember the shit that happened in Jersey, right? When the black supremacists attacked the Jewish deli? No. How many people are going to remember Waukesha when a black supremacist mowed down a white Christmas parade? This is going to go the way of those. Mark my words.